Today we are meeting here to deal with power, but not a conventional energy. We all know that power crisis has become a real problem, and the gap between the supply and demand for power is ever widening. To meet India's growing energy demand, the non-renewable source of energy may not cope up with the demand with its robust economic and population growth. Renewable sources are one of the solutions to this constant issue in the long term. Prime Minister Manmohan Singh highlighted the contribution of solar power during the launching of India's National Action Plan on climate change. In this study, the sun occupies center stage as it should, being literally the original source of all energy. The new and renewable energy mission has a twin objectives: to contribute India's long-term energy security as well as its ecological security. We are living in a world of rapidly depleting fuel resources, and access to conventional energy resources such as oil, gas and coal. The rapid development and deployment of renewable energy is imperative in this context. In view of high solar radiation over the country, solar energy provides a long-term sustainable solution. More solar power, but we all know that if there is a money to be made, the private sector will come, and there will be money to be made if the government provides the right subsidies. This is where the government can step in, make solar power generation cost competitive by providing a suitable subsidy, or introduce a carbon tax on polluting ways of generating powers. India has the potential to become a solar superpower. It has a lot going for it. On average, the country has 300 to 320 sunny days a year. So India has the potential to be the most sustainable player in the solar power. We have a necessary scientific expertise and talent. We just need the government to mold this talent by taking the right policy decisions. Announcing a solar mission is easy. Converting that into concrete action in terms of right policies and investment is more difficult part. Unlike countries like Germany, Italy, which are heavily dependent on tax incentives and subsidies, in India, we are moving ahead without these. India has a potential to create a much better, substantial infrastructure. State government also are getting into the act. Andhra Pradesh has set aside 6,000 acres in Anantapur district for allotment to companies setting up solar power projects. But state policy is yet to be finalized. Further, it is observed of late that many of the prominent thermal power generation units and also new entrepreneurs from AP prefer to set up solar power plants outside AP due to certain advantages. Hence, there is a need to review the existing solar power industry status in AP and also to work out appropriate policy guidelines and schemes and initiatives for encouraging development of solar power generation in AP.